This is going to be the last of the videos on how to customize your new course orientation module. So I've already brought up the syllabus, but I'll just run back to the modules and show you how I got there. We're going to use the syllabus that is in this course orientation module. We do not want to use the syllabus which is over here. This syllabus has a little bit of functionality in it that we're going to try to steer away from in terms of lining up all of the assignments at the end of it. That's also another thing about this syllabus is that we can't include it within the course orientation. And so what I've done here is I've created a new page called Syllabus, and we're going to use that one for right now. So when we edit this page, all we want to do is to click on it and then go up here and push edit. You're going to notice now that the information is going to be is going to look pretty much the same as the teacher introduction page. So what we want to do is we want to delete all of that. We're not going to delete that little header image. Remember, that header image kind of serves as a little break for us, and we don't want to put that on the same line as any of this. So in this case, I've gone ahead, I've named this syllabus. So what I want to do, let's go back and let's just delete the red text. Now we're going to change this class title. So we're going to change the class title to, say, Web Design 101. And then we want to go ahead and we want to put my name there. Of course, you'll put your name there. I hope you don't put mine. But we'll go ahead and we can go ahead and remove the highlights as we complete this. You're going to notice there are some section breaks here. Please don't change those section breaks. It just kind of it's aesthetically a way to kind of break up the page. We'll go ahead and you'll tell what your classroom is. You may also want to enter if you wanted to put one for do a syllabus for each section of your class. You could put your Zoom class in there, but quite frankly, just give your physical location here. So I'm going to put in Learning Commons. Okay. If your office is the same as your classroom, then you can just go ahead and you can delete that, and then you could just put classroom and office. Okay. But you typically want to leave these headings alone. Email, once again, we're going to make sure that we saturate students with this idea of communicating with us through email, and then we'll go ahead and change that. Okay, so what we want to put here is a course description, and there's two parts of the course description. The first thing is describing the actual content of the course. Making sure if you put this into a narrative format, making it easy to read, students and parents are going to be much more likely to engage with the content. The second part of this is a description of the learning environment. If you have a question about what this might look like, the math department, especially the middle school math department, has done a really good job of explaining what a blended learning environment looks like when students are going to be performing part of the tasks online, and they're also going to have that face-to-face component as well. But what we do want to do is to use the term at home and face-to-face, because this at home, even though it's being done in an online format, we really want to emphasize that we want to emphasize the language that CCS is using. So at home and face to face, and then you want to go ahead and make sure that all of these requirements are met. So I want you to read through these instructions, describe what your classroom environment is going to look like to your students, and be very explicit about this, because you don't want to leave any room for doubt when your parents or when your students come back in and say, hey, I didn't know we were supposed to attend a Zoom meeting every day, or I didn't necessarily know I was supposed to not be in bed in my pajamas every day, or something like that. So anyway, we want to make sure that those instructions are very explicit. The next thing that you're going to do is to put in the goals for you, which I do believe this has been a part of the syllabus that you guys have used in the past. The next thing you're going to do is to state what the student should already know. If you know what prerequisites your students already should have before they come to your class, go ahead and list those here. Or if you feel like that you don't necessarily know the prerequisites, but you want to have a general list of academic skills that the student must possess, then you would go ahead and put those there as well. It's not, this is not something that we want to spend a tremendous amount of time on and put every little skill that your student should have gone through, back in sixth grade. You want to just hit the big, you want to hit the big skills, okay? And what that will do is that will let a student, let's just say a student actually did slip through and get into your class that might not supposed to be there, or a student may have come from another school and did not learn this particular set of skills. Then you may want to be aware of that already, and then you can have them to contact your teacher or counselor if you are unsure, and so you'll leave that there. The next thing you'll want to do is to go ahead and click on, or go ahead and put in your overall, your course objectives here. This is very important because you want your students to know what they are expected to know by the time they finish your class. This is a very big part of something we're going to be moving into down the road, making your objectives in your class explicit. The next thing would be the course materials. If you have any specialized course materials for your class, such as a textbook, a website, whether it's pencil, paper, uh, applications that your students might need on their device, you would want to put that here. The next thing is going to be grading. This grading scale is going to be the same across classes. However, what you do want to do is to go in and to describe, you may want to describe what excellent work looks like. A lot of times I get that question, what do I have to do to get an A? Whereas a lot of students, the students who have the mindset of, I want to do what it takes to excel in this class, then you may put that there. If you do not want to put that there, remember this is kind of, we're working on a minimum standard right now. The idea is not to create work for you, but the idea is to give the students the best overall picture of where they are in their learning and where they're going in their learning. So we'll go ahead and we can slide on down the page here. You will want to make sure that your students know what types of assignments and how those assignments might be, what types of assignments they have, and how those assignments might be graded, as well as the percentages that they count for, and you can put that there. The next thing is going to be the discussion board guidelines, and these are standardized across the board. So once you have done all of this, you can go ahead and you can replace that. You can replace this text with your own. Make sure that no text is red in here. Any red text you'll probably end up replacing. If there's any italicized text, especially that up here, or any highlighted text, you'll want to make sure to replace that text with your own as well. Once you've done that, all you'll need to do is to go ahead and to click on the Save button down here at the bottom. You definitely don't want to change any of the heading or the footer images here. These images are all sized appropriately. And try not to put anything on the same row, once again, as these little heading images. They serve as breaks for you. Um, if you have any issues, in other words, if you feel like, hey, I've boogered something up really bad, I can come in there and actually help you with that, or I can push another syllabus page to your and let you start over. But I can automatically push another syllabus page to you. You'll go ahead and hit the save button here, and then you should be good to go. That's all for the customizations that you will be doing. One thing that I do want to tell you is that if we view all pages, and we're going to go here to this Learning Tools page right quick. This is a page that is found within that course orientation module. If you have any specific learning tools that you would like to add to that, please let me know, and if you will, send me the link for those. And then what I can do is to put in the guides for how to use each of those. If you have some specific instruction on how those are going to be used in your class, then you would want to go ahead and do that. But this right here is a locked page. Most people don't know how to use tabs within, or know how to create tabs within Canvas. And so anyway, you can allow me to do that. I will take care of that for you happily. So Anyway, that's going to be it for our video. Once again, I appreciate the cooperation that you've given. Remember that what we're doing here is we're setting a minimum baseline for the things that need to be in the course, and as we go throughout the year, we can become more complex, we can become a little bit fancier with it, but more than anything, we want to give the students, parents, and yourselves a standardized Canvas interface, and I hope we've done that. Thank you very much for watching.